Zion, we're hearing that it's probably doubtful, as what Kirby said about Nolan being able to go once there. Just can you give us an idea of how that affects the defense and what he obviously means to you guys?
I don't know the status of that, but it's not going to change anything. If he's not able to play, we're going to miss Nolan. But next guy up, like it's been all season when Jalen went down, other guys have stepped in the defensive line, so got to account for that.
Got to see Jalen back on Saturday. I know it's still limited. But what did you think of the impact he had with you guys on the line?
He was able to get pressure on the quarterback. He was able to get back there 3 or 4 times. He was out there limited snaps, but the plays that he was out there, he definitely made an impact.
There's always talk of not making a game bigger than what it is, but it's number 1 versus number 2. It's for the East, and you guys are playing here at home. How big do you think this game is, and maybe the atmosphere that you're probably expecting on Saturday?
We know it's going to be a big game, but we can't treat it like it's the last game of the season. We have to treat it like it's another game. Prepare like any other week. Not stress anything. Not override anything. Just go out there and play football.
The atmosphere?
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Probably like 2019 we played Notre Dame. So one of those weeks again.
A lot of guys on this team just had their game against their former home state in Florida. How do you feel going up against Tennessee with it being so big?
It's always an honor playing against my home state, but just like I'm here with these guys, and I'm just gonna focus on being around my teammates and focusing on that.
It's like we've heard so much about Tennessee's offense and what they've been able to do this year. As a defense, how excited are you all to play an offense that's one of the best in the country?
It's a great challenge for us, you know. The tempo. We're not going to let that affect us. We're not going to play our game and just stick to the things we've been taught all season. Just play football.
How much have y'all worked on Tennessee and tempo? I don't know if you stole some time during the bye week, and how much does what they do kind of affect you all when you have to be prepared for in terms of not substituting as much, maybe staying on the field when you normally wouldn't?
Well, in the bye week as much, we was trying to focus on Florida, not looking ahead. I wouldn't say we've honed in on it a lot, but we'll probably do it a little bit this week. But we're just going to stick to playing football.
Kirby was asked about conditioning and basically said, it's a year-long thing. It can't be done in just a week. Can you just speak to the condition you guys have been through, even going back to the summer, to get ready to play another tempo team like Tennessee?
We said a thing out throughout the summer. It's a quote. It was like, winter's going to come, asking what you did all summer. And that's just like saying, what work did you put in during the summer for when times like December and January come, when your best football is needed? In November, they remember what you do in November. So I think that's what I think about that.
Here's another tempo question before Tennessee goes. I mean, you got to play these guys last year. You saw Hendon Hooker last year. From the tempo standpoint, is it very similar to what y'all saw last year, or like going faster this year? What can you tell from that aspect?
I feel like it's very similar. Teams always try to switch things up every year from year to year, but I think every team has to switch things up every year. But I feel like it's a big difference.
Yeah, with Jamal Davis-Johnson and with Nolan possibly being out, he's going to take on a bigger leadership role. How have you seen him excel in that role this year, and what has allowed him to become that so early on in his career for Georgia?
I've seen his laser focus go to a different level throughout the season. He's showing me little flashes of N'Kobe right now, to where he's like being that vocal leader even in meetings. He wants to be in that. He wants to put everybody in that best position to win. And like when he plays at his best, he's very good.
You came in with Bill Norton, right?
Mm-hmm.
What have you, just being from Tennessee, what have you seen with his progression over the last couple of years, and what kind of relationship do y'all have being from the same state?
We actually were roommates my first 2.5 years being here. He's a great guy off the field, but on the field as well. He's very strong at the point of attack. Like he just hasn't had a lot of opportunities to go out and play, but the opportunities that he's had that I've seen in practice and other games, like he's definitely done his job. So his time's coming.
We got to see a good bit of Chaz on Saturday once Noah went out. Just what did you think of his performance and what he brings to that position?
I think of Chaz like another guy like Dan Jackson, Lab McConkey. Like he's just been a hard-working guy for the last 2 years he's been here. Is a guy that kind of injuries have kind of kind of hindered him a little bit, but he finally got his opportunity to go play. And just like last year against Tennessee, he got his sack. So he got one last week against Florida. So I think it was a big thing for him.
Is Notre Dame the best atmosphere you've been a part of here at Sanford Stadium? And if so, like, what do you remember most about that night?
Yes, Notre Dame was the biggest game I've ever been to here at the University of Georgia, and it was just, even if you're on the sideline, you couldn't even talk to the guy beside you. It was so loud. Like guys on the field, like after the game, they were like, dude, I could not hear anybody. Like we literally had to use signals to talk to each other because it was that loud. So every time people ask me like about the hype of a game or about the feel of a game, I always refer back to that game.
Bear had that personal foul penalty after the timeout had been called the other day. Was that kind of a lesson learned type deal? How do you kind of react to talking to you guys after that?
Yeah, I think it was definitely a lesson learned because we kind of looked at things like that the past week because even in the NFL they're honing in on protecting the quarterback. And that was the thing we kind of focused on last week, but it was definitely a lesson learned.
I know you talked about the environment at home and how big that can be for you guys a couple times, but how much can that really affect you guys on defense and their offense when the crowd is that loud and that into it?
That's what we need. When our fans are in it, like we're definitely like that's when we want to go play our best football. So we know we're gonna need everybody on Saturday at 3:30. So like I asked the fans like please come out. We're going to need 94,000, 95,000 strong for this one.
With this being such a big matchup, how important is the veteran presence of Chris Smith?
Chris is going to be a big help in this game, as well as like for the DBs specifically, because he's going to know how to get guys on line, especially when they're trying to go fast. Like everybody getting home after the play, don't celebrate on second or third down because that's when they're going to want to go fast. So he's going to definitely be a big help.
Any more questions for Zion? Okay, Zion, thank you.
Thanks.